Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Janelle, I'm back at you. Once again, we live and we direct with another one, y'all. Oh, man. Damn, man. Before we even start, man, I want to say peace and blessings to you. And that may peace dwell in your hearts, as well as in your mind, as well as in your spirits. And may you be led by it. All right, now today, man, I want to talk with y'all about just being human. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was a good subject, a good topic to touch on a little bit, because a lot of times in life, man, we forget that we are human. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. You know, we make mistakes. We're not always our best selves and stuff like that. But it is what it is. As long as we're alive, as long as God keep waking us up and giving us breath, man, you know what I'm saying, allowing us to be here and be alive, we got a chance to make right of our wrongs. We got a chance to do better. And that's what this show is all about, man. It's all about doing better, man. So yes, man. Yeah, man, we back, man. But, you know, we got to do better, man. So, yeah, diving into it, man. So there's a saying by the philosopher Marcus Aurelius. You know, it's one of the good philosophers. You know, I like to meditate on his content or his work more so. He's an ancient Stoic. You know, coming up under like Plato. He come behind like Plato and all of them, Aristotle and all of those great philosophers and stuff like that. Yeah, Marcus Aurelius, he comes up under them. You know, and he has a saying, you know, where he speaks on, he said, you know, there comes a point in a person's life to where people go astray. And it happens to all of us. At some point or another in our lives, man, we go astray. And it's okay. But as long as you recognize and understand where it is that you went astray and get back on the right track and back on the right course. You know what I'm saying? So that's always one of the things, one of his sayings, or one of the things that I get from his book. You know what I'm saying? That stuck with me, of course. You know, and it kind of take me back to a Christian philosophy or idea, or one of the verses in the Bible. You know, where they talk about Saul. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was Saul. Yeah, excuse me, Paul. Paul was once Saul. Now Saul was once a sinner. He was a sinner turned saint. You know what I'm saying? But before he became Paul, he was Saul, and he was ruthless. You know what I'm saying? And he was a murderer, basically. And he murdered. It was like a job for him, you can say the least. You know what I'm saying? That's how often he did it. You know what I'm saying? Saul was a bad man. You know what I'm saying? But Saul became Paul. He got back on the right track. He got back on course. You know, and I think it comes a point in everybody's life, each and every one of our lives, man, to where we go astray. We go astray. All of us, even myself included. I've been there. Still going through it. I'm that human. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a matter of getting back on the right track, man. Getting back on course. You know, and just trying to make right of your wrong. Making atonements. You know what I'm saying? Redemption. Redeeming yourself. You know what I'm saying? Getting back on the right track. You know what I'm saying? So that you can live a better and more productive life. You know, for instance, Jesus, they say Jesus didn't come to save the saints. He came to save the sinners. You know what I'm saying? So you got some people in life. I was explaining to a friend the other day, and she had asked me, she said, you know, it's a friend from high school or whatnot. She a good Christian friend, good woman, you know, good spirit, good person. And she was asking me, you know, what's your definition of going astray? And I was saying to her, you know, going astray is basically knowing right but doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And, she was saying, at the end of the day, um, people have choice and they have free will. And, she's 100% correct. People do have choice and they have free will. But also you got to keep in mind that, say for instance, if you're a righteous person right now, or if you're a good person right now, or if you're on the right track right now, you got to be honest with yourself and you got to think to yourself and you got to be logical. You or we wasn't always this way. We had a past. I'm not even gonna say a life before this. We had a past before this. You know what I'm saying? We had a past before this here present. Where we wasn't doing all of the right things, or we wasn't making the best decisions, or we wasn't doing all of the right stuff. And so to answer her question, I was, we wasn't perfect. You know what I'm saying? We didn't wake up this way, and it's the same with, you got people who's born into families, whether it's Muslims, Christians, whatever the faith or background is. They born into these atmospheres to where they're taught right. But what happens is there usually a point, a time or another where they go astray. Or you got it to where people wasn't taught properly or taught the right way. And what happens is they end up finding themselves later on in life, if given a chance. They end up finding themselves later on down the life. So there's always one point or another, man, where people make a turnaround. And another thing, I had a conversation with my cousin, I say about a year ago, and we was talking about the idea and the concept of that Christians go by, to where, they feel like, or they don't even feel like, it's in their books and they have this right. The Christian ideology is, God forgive us for our sins, or Jesus died on the cross for our sins, and so on and so forth. So with that being said, I'm able to make as many mistakes as I can and as I want, and I was saying to them, that's true indeed also. But me personally, I don't like the concept as much, only because I feel like it gives people a cop-out too much, to where a person feel like they can continuously make bad choices and bad decisions and keep sinning without their, just because they know they can go and ask for forgiveness. It's like me being in a predicament to where I can continuously wrong a person or harm a person or something like that, but as long as I'm able to apologize to them and make it all good. No, it don't make it all good. It come a time and it come a point to where your actions got to start meeting with your words. So if you really apologize and you're really sorry, like you said you was, you got to show it. But nevertheless, people do go astray, people do make mistakes, and you just got to try as hard as you can, as much as you can, to not be so judgmental, and just recognize that they human just like me and just like you. We are humans and we make mistakes, but more than anything, it's about recognizing the mistakes and getting back on the right course and getting back on the right track and on the right path, and that starts with us. So that means looking in the mirror. It means, because a lot of times, we're in denial, or it take us a little time to recognize our flaws, or our mistakes, what I'm saying, or our wrongs, But even if you don't recognize it or admit it right then and there to the person that you're wronging, or the people that you're wronging, or you can even be doing it to yourself, what I'm saying, in your spare time. Can't lie to the person in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? In your spare time, and when you get the time to reflect, we got to take accountability for our responsibilities and for our wrongs. You know what I'm saying? The same way that we would want to take ownership of something good that we do, you know what I'm saying, and we would want people to recognize us for it, Because we first and foremost, you got to recognize it within yourself in order to want other people to recognize it. So you got to feel like you did something great or you doing something great in order to want or desire other people to acknowledge you for it. So it's the same way with a wrong. You got to reflect and internalize with yourself on what it is that you're doing wrong, or where it is that you went wrong, and just get back on the right course, get back on the right track and on the right path, and just being human. You know how many times I wanted to, just for instance, you know how many times I wanted to restart this video? Well, restart it. Why? Flaws is good. Mistakes is good. It reminds us that we're human. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta work through it, man, and come to a realization, man, that you're human. You're gonna make mistakes, you're gonna make flaws, but it's just important to learn from your mistakes and stop making the same mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And just know and understand that you're gonna be flawed. It is what it is, man. But we can be better persons, we can be better people, and we can do better. And that's all this is about, man. It's all about doing better, man, and being better, man. My name's Jonell, man. This is you watching right here, man. We got to do better. In this episode here, man, we just talking about just being human, man. Recognizing that you're human, man. May peace be upon you. May peace be with you. May peace dwell in your hearts as well as in your mind, as in your soul and your spirit. And I hope you got something out of the video, man. Peace.